The reading this morning, if you would, please stand. Comes to you from Matthew chapter 13. First part is verses 1 through 9, and then to follow with verses 24 through 30. That same day, Jesus went out of the house and sat by the lake. Such large crowds gathered round him that he got into a boat and sat in it while all the people stood on the shore. Then he told them many things in parables, saying, A farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seed, some fell along the path, and the birds came and ate it up. Some fell on rocky places, where it did not have much soil. It sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow. But when the sun came up, the plants were scorched, and they withered because they had no root. Other seed fell among thorns, which grew up and choked the plants. Still other seed fell on good soil, where it produced a crop, 100, 60, or 30 times what was sown. Whoever has ears, let them hear. Reading will continue from verses 24 through 30. Jesus tells the parable of the weeds. Jesus told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while everyone was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. When the wheat sprouted and formed heads, then the weeds also appeared. The owner's servants came to him and said, Sir, didn't you sow good seed in your field? Where then did the weeds come from? An enemy did this, he replied. The servants asked him, Do you want us to go and pull them up? No, he answered, because while you are pulling the weeds, you may uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. At that time I will tell the harvesters, first collect the weeds and then tie them in bundles to be burned, then gather the wheat and bring it into my barn. This is the reading of the gospel.
Thanks be to God.
Like I said, there's going to be very little said with this sermon. The sermon is going to be your response to the songs. When I told them that the other night, Richard said, No way, you can't talk that little. I said, Well, I'm going to try. Jesus used parables. He used what the people knew. They knew about farming, planting. They knew the obstacles they had, and he tried to relate that to spiritual life. So I think these songs, when you hear them, think of the physical part, but more importantly, how does that relate to spiritual life? I used to love to walk behind my daddy as he plowed our garden every spring. Little bare feet in the dirt would make me happy as he talked about what harvest time would bring. He'd say, Son, this old world is like a garden. What you sow, you're surely gonna reap. When bitter seeds are planted, hearts will harden. But a caring hand will make the harvest sweet. and he was so in love for the family. He was so in love. He took a little extra time, looking forward to a bountiful harvest, like a good father does. He was so in love. How I used to love to sit and watch my mama working with her needle and her thread. So patiently she'd listen to our problems, and we knew she heard every word we said. She'd say, "Children, this old world is full of scratches, and in your life you're bound to have a few. I guess that's why the good Lord gave us patches, so we could start each day out feeling new." She was so in love for the family. She was so in love. She took a little extra time, looking forward to a bountiful harvest, like a good mama does. She was so in love. They were so in love for the family. They were so in love. They took a little extra time, looking forward to a bountiful harvest. They took good care of us. They were so in love. Yeah, they did it all for us. They were so in love. I see a farmer in his field at dawn. His land is crying out for rain. The year's been hard, his crops are almost gone. He is not to blame. The morning sun is climbing in the sky. I see him smiling through the tears. I wonder how can men like this survive? But he's been here for years. Seasons change, barren fields will bloom again. Seasons change, gentle rains will fall. Seasons change, better days will come, and then you will find the blessing is worth the pain. So just believe and let the seasons change. see a farmer in his field at dusk. With joy he brings a harvest in. The pride he feels is in the one he trusts, and he offers thanks to him. Seasons change, barren fields will bloom again. Seasons change, gentle rains will fall. Seasons change, better days will come, and then you will find the blessing is worth the pain. So just believe and let the seasons change. Hearts grown cold may be warmed by the summer sun. Dreams you hold may be closer than you know. So let the seasons change, barren fields will bloom again. Seasons change, gentle rains will fall. Seasons change, better days will come, and then you will find the blessing is worth the pain. So just believe and let the seasons change.
Give us rain on this dry old ground today. Give us rain,
wash the troubled times away.
I believe you're faithful, I'm not meaning to complain.
Lord, we sure could use a little rain. Lord, we sure could use a little rain.
Different kind of farmer in a different kind of field, planting words of hope in a ground's hard as steel. Give us rain on this dry old ground today. Give us rain,
wash the troubled times away.
I believe you're faithful, I'm not meaning to complain.
Lord, we sure could use a little rain. Lord, we sure could use a little rain.
Well, there's a crop of thirsty people in this dry old dusty town. They grow up fast but wither when the scorching sun came down. I know there is a difference, but the need is still the same. Just like Grandpa's cotton fields, they need a little rain. Give us rain on this dry old ground today. Give us rain,
Wash the troubled times away.
I believe you're faithful and not many to complain.
Lord, we sure could use a little rain. Lord, we sure could use a little rain.
Lord, we
Sure could use a little rain.
Lord, we sure could use a little rain.
Sound effects.
Fitting introduction for this next song.
Yeah.
Ike had a blessing from the Lord up above. He gave him a beautiful woman to love, place to live and some land to farm, 2 good legs and 2 good arms. Well, the devil came a sneaking around one night, decided he would do a little evil to Ike. He figured he would hit old Ike where it hurt, so he filled up all of Ike's wells with dirt. When Ike went out for his morning drink, he got a dipper full of dirt and his heart did sink. But he knew it was the devil, so he said with a grin, God blessed me once, he can do it again. He blessed me once and he can do it again. When the rains don't fall and the crops all fail and the cows ain't putting any milk in the pail, don't sit around waiting for a check in the mail. Just pick up your shovel and dig another well. Pick up your shovel and dig another well. Now me and old Ike have a lot in common. The Lord blessed me with a beautiful woman. Gave me a job, gave me a home, gave me a well to call my own. Now when I go out for my morning drink and get a dipper full of dirt, my heart does sink. But I think of old Ike and I have to grin. 'Cause God blessed me once, he can do it again. He blessed me once and he can do it again. When the rains don't fall and the crops all fail and the cows ain't putting any milk in the pail, don't sit around waiting for a check in the mail. Just pick up your shovel and dig another well. Pick up your shovel and dig another well. Good book says I finally won.
Pick up your shovel and dig another well.
The devil got tired and he left him alone.
Pick up your shovel and dig another well.
And I know someday I'm gonna win too.
Pick up your shovel and dig another well.
'Cause the good book tells me what to do. Pick up your shovel and dig another well. Pick up your shovel and dig another well. Pick up your shovel and dig another well. Pick up your shovel and dig another well.